Yeah, man. Yeah, that's all that matter, man. That's it. That's all that. Yeah, man. I put my little parlay on it, man. I picked Eagles money line. So come on, Philadelphia. We gotta do this. I got Philly, man. Philly gonna take that thing, man. Man, I hate the Cowboys, man. I was happy when they traded Michael Parsons. Trade somebody else too, man. Just trade CD Lamb while you at it, man. I can't stand the Cowboys, man. Yeah. If you Jerry, if you gonna jump out the window, jump all the way out there. Trade them all, dog. Shoot. What's happening, Greg?
What's going on?
How was the birthday, man?
It was nice. Appreciate y'all. I see y'all snuck and did a video. Yeah, some sneaky yeah, that was sneaky. I saw that.
Yeah,
Y'all didn't
man.
even try to tell me. I saw roll y'all. Look,
It was a surprise. It was a
y'all didn't even give me no
surprise.
kind of clue. That's all right.
Nah, but man, shout out to your wife, man. That was beautiful, man. For her to include us in that, that was beautiful, man. So shout out to her, man, and shout out to you, man, on the surprise birthday party, man.
Appreciate it. I don't think I had no birthday party. It was a baby shower.
Oh, a baby shower, baby
Yeah,
shower. My bad.
yeah, yeah. 40.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
That what you did?
No,
Oh, okay.
we adopted though. We gonna adopt, but yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
not. So I'll be right there behind you.
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear, be what? Yeah, they will every once in a while.
What
Yeah,
game you talking about? What's the game? Oh yeah, Cowboys. Yeah. Mm.
yeah. This was a little bit after 8:30. But I ain't worried about it. As long as my parlays hit, I'm good, man. I'm good. I just need them to hit. Nah, I got he has to, man. Look, you gotta stay focused, Shedeur. Real talk. So for those that can't hear B Watts, because I can see like on the YouTube spot, because I pulled up another device. I can see it on the YouTube spot. It is dark on your side, B Watts. So the question was, or the response that B Watts is looking for is about Shador. So he wants to know, it's uncharted territory for him. So he trying to ask us how we think he should navigate through it. But look, to me again, I'm a utter what I said Tuesday. This is the even bigger time to lock in. Like you got to be focused because your normal routine of being a starter is now broken. Sure, you got a little taste of it during, preseason, but now this the regular season when things actually count. And you going out there, you accustomed to doing your whole warm-up routine, how you get to the stadium, all of that's different now. But you're gonna do your same routine. You're gonna warm up. You're gonna go through all the motions as though you a starter because mentally you have to keep yourself prepared and locked in. Because what Joe Flacco about as old as Greg now or older, so he a injury away from being out a game, a season, whatever the case may be. And then it's a rookie in front of you, one of your QB classmates, Dylan Gabriel. And look, if you believe in him or if you don't believe in him, but bad players sit you on that bench real quick. So you can easily see yourself coming in third string and then be ending the game. and under the center. So you just got to be prepared, man. You got to go through the motions, but you got to be prepared. Uh, Prepare yourself through the week, and then prepare yourself when you get ready to go to the game as though you're a starter. Take those mental reps, and then that's it. Let the other chips lay where they lay. Obviously, you got plenty of people praying for you, praying for a better outcome. But it is what it is. In reality, right now, is that you're the third string and you're gonna be sitting on that bench, man. What you think, Greg?
Hey man, it's a conspiracy, man. They getting all them Sanders out of the NFL. They got Shiloh, they got Shedeur. And in Cleveland situation, I don't know. Like I've been saying, Flacco, he gonna be hurt. He in the 40 plus club. And he had you at that age, you have no business being out there taking back shots, out there on I mean, he mess around and get hit in the back. His back may be done. Somebody gonna hit him good. He moves in slow motion. He don't move that quick. You watch him, he's not mobile. So he ain't gonna last that long. Now, Dylan Gabriel, I think he would just unravel. I mean, if you put him in an extended situation, we ain't seen nothing since May, but him throwing interceptions and getting the ball knocked down. That's all he's been doing. And he'll sprinkle in some touchdowns. If he don't really throw a lot of touchdowns, when you look at it was Pickett and Shedeur who was always throwing the most touchdowns. Flacco and Dylan, they go many days without no touchdowns, and they had the most reps. So I know Dylan did a lot of times, even when Flacco wasn't practicing. So he's not a touchdown guy. He threw one touchdown in preseason. And the guy was wide open.
Yep.
He ain't threading no needles like Shedeur. So I don't know. Shedeur can end up out there, but come on, where there's smoke, there's fire. These people keep talking about they're gonna get another quarterback next year. All them the sorry quarterbacks out there right now. And they deserve it because they deserve a losing quarterback. So they're gonna go get another young quarterback next year to fulfill their losing spirit because they used to losing and then blaming the quarterback. So I don't know if Shedeur can win in this situation because he can go out there like y'all say 8, 9, 10 games in, and all they can do is say, well, it wasn't long enough. So it is what it is. I don't know how this thing gonna turn out. He just gonna have to. I don't know. I don't know what to say about what the NFL trying to do. I don't think good about it.
Right. Like I say, he got to stay focused, man, and any little thing he do over there on that sideline. Joe Flacco can throw 3 touchdowns. Dylan Gabriel can throw 2. They gonna find Shedeur on that sideline, and the talking point gonna be Shedeur on that sideline if he doing something wrong. They can win by 50. If Shedeur do something wrong that they don't like out of the ordinary on that sideline and caught on camera, that gonna be the headline. That gonna be the story cause that's what they looking for some reason. Seems like I seen a video today. Somebody sent me. The NFL promotes Shedeur. Gatorade, they promote Shedeur as a starting quarterback instead of Joe Flacco. That's
Hey,
crazy, man.
look, money is money,
Yeah,
man.
I think
They know where the
I don't
money
know if
is.
y'all got it. I sent it to the group chat for some reason. It wouldn't go through. They had the Baltimore quarterback. They showed Buffalo Bills quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, and they had Shedeur all on that commercial. Yeah,
That's because Shedeur is already with Gatorade. You see what I'm saying? He was with Gatorade in college. So it's like Flacco not with Gatorade. Dylan Gabriel not with Gatorade. So
yeah, when you see the Nike commercial, they show Shedeur instead of
he been with Nike and he been with Gatorade.
Okay, then when the NFL when they did that, they showed Shedeur.
That's the only thing that's gonna save Shedeur is that he's already corporately connected. They can't cut him out because them big corporations ain't finna cut him out because he gonna sell their product.
Yep.
He gonna Nike gonna sell them shoes and jerseys and Gatorade. They've been with him for a couple years, so that's the only thing that can really save him. The NFL gonna have to eventually, you can't beat them, join them from that perspective because those are their partners. Nike, Gatorade, they're already in with Shedeur. So at some point, somebody over there might say, "Look here, hey, we sending you these checks. Hey, We're gonna make way more money put him in. That's probably what happened.
Well, I can't understand why the NFL showing him though. Why they won't show Cleveland
Yep.
quarterback? They named Joe Flacco. Why they won't show Joe Flacco?
Because again, when you look at brands, Nike,
I understand the brand. I'm talking about the NFL side.
NFL is a brand. The NFL brand needs to show Shedeur. Now the NFL leadership and the NFL owners and all that's a separate thing. But that logo with Shedeur by, that's equivalent to Nike, Delta, Gatorade, all these other big brands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's association.
They want the viewership, man. They want the clicks and views. Any extra click or view, they want it. I mean, that's why, you know, I hate to say it, and man, I hope my wife ain't listening because she can't stand it. But when they show Taylor Swift, because they know Taylor Swift got a fan base behind her. So every time Taylor Swift is somewhere in an NFL stadium, they're going to pan their camera to her. Because they know if we could get one more click, one more view, one more purchase, one more this, it's all about revenue, resource, revenue. So that's all it's about. So they're going to use Shedeur name, image, and likeness. He signed a contract. That's part of the NFL. They're going to use it.
In Cleveland did it the whole summer. The whole summer. Everything on Cleveland page on Facebook was Shedeur. Mm-hmm. He might as well have been a starting quarterback.
Yeah. They sure did.
And that's what's gonna bite them in the end.
How long the NFL gonna keep the brother down though, man? What y'all think about that? How long you think they'll keep him down? The whole season?
Or he gotta kiss the ring.
Nah, I don't think you gotta do that, man.
Hey man, this is the NFL. I don't told y'all how the NFL works. NFL, he gotta be willing to throw some games too. He gotta be willing to do some things. He can't be his own man. You got to be part of the program. If we say go lose the game, you got to go lose it. You can't go out there and mess it up. I can't.
So Lamar Jackson not lost some games.
All of them.
No.
Come on, man.
All of them don't lost some games. You talk to Lamar, he'll tell you. Lamar know he could some games he could have won. Look how them games how Pat Mahomes, how the referees and everybody be helping win. They got so many reels and memes out there about Pat Mahomes and the referees. They blow on him like LeBron. LeBron, the wind blowing. Oh, foul. It's like, oh man, that thing is good to set up. He can travel all the way across the basketball court.
I don't know about that, man.
I don't know about that either.
About LeBron James, how he could take 5 steps before he dribble and all kinds of crap, and they don't call no traveling, no. It's like
I don't know about that, Greg. I gotta let you stay out there by yourself on that.
I don't know, Greg.
Hey, the chat, no. Well, I bet you the chat don't see it. I don't even watch basketball. I don't even watch basketball, and I don't see the videos showing how he be high stepping across the court.
You're right about that. Now the NBA known for missing some calls. They were definitely missing. They will definitely look the other way when it's certain players and things like that.
They look the way Pat Mahomes too. Pat Mahomes, and you can't do nothing to Pat Mahomes out there on that field.
What about Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts don't throw the game or two.
That's for any quarterback, though. That's just the way it is. Like the highest paid people in the NFL are the quarterbacks. So it would behoove the NFL to put the quarterback in the best position regardless. Like a lot of the rules are predicated towards the quarterback. Even when the receivers, how you can't jam them after so many yards downfield, the pass interference, all of those things, man. They even looked at reversing the catchable ball and how many steps or actual football play. Because, again, when a corporation like the NFL, your biggest contributors are the quarterbacks. That's why they're the highest paid people. So you got to protect that asset. So
y'all telling me that everything about the NFL is purely based off of talent and the best team winning?
No, I ain't saying that, Greg. But what I'm saying is that
B Watts is saying that he like Santa Claus. He want to believe that it's all real.
Yeah,
the referees not involved, some play calling not involved, some players.
They hear me, man. They hear me, bro.
It's politics. It's politics at all levels. But the NFL is a system. and production type of business. The
I'm gonna tell
system
you this.
that's in place, you're gonna fall within that system.
Let me
And
ask y'all this
if you
then.
produce, you good.
So the Cleveland Browns been a losing organization for a while, right? So they must agree to the terms that we're gonna be the doormat of the league, and we're gonna let everybody that's come over here and that dust off britches off on us out of the whole league.
Hey,
For 2 decades.
Yeah, for 2 decades. There you
listen,
go.
look at
They
just
ain't
look
had
at
a
the
they
look
haven't
at the
had a
stats.
franchise quarterback, man, since 1990.
Let's look at the stats, man. Let's look at the fruit don't fall far from the tree.
Nah, man, I can't buy it, man.
Hey, man. Hey, they can get pros like everybody else.
They
Why they
can.
can't get them?
They just can't get the right people in position.
How you can't get the right people for 3 decades?
And
So they're throwing games.
that's
I'm just saying. I ain't saying they only one throwing. I'm just saying it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it obviously happens. We heard the story about the Miami Dolphins owner telling the coach to throw the game, and the coach was like, "I'm not throwing the game." Brian Flores, and he, brought up a whole dispute. But I'm not gonna sit out here and say, "Well, the NFL is just made up of that." But do they lose games to try to gain position when it comes to draft picks and stuff like that? I mean, it's a system. That's the way the system is built. If you the worst team, you're gonna get the first pick. But when I look at a situation like Shedeur and the Cleveland Browns more specifically, like they just don't have
How can
the
he
right
win, J.R.? How can
administration
Shedeur get on the
in
field?
place.
How can Shedeur get on the field?
It's
Yeah,
two ways,
Cleveland.
man. It's either
Talk
gonna
to
be
me.
some injuries or bad play. That's it, man. It ain't gonna be
That's my
nothing
only.
Shador can do
What
throughout the season to get on the field. Injury
the
or bad
bigger
play. That's the
question
only way you get
is
on.
if he get on the field, is that a win?
For him
Yeah,
personally, yeah.
yeah,
But for
that's a
that
win.
team,
I'm
that
saying
mean
if
they
he get
must
on
be
the
losing.
field, 4th game or 8th game, is that even? Is that the same?
Yeah.
He
All he
needs to
wants
get
is the
on the field. That's the
opportunity.
only way he can win. He can't win sitting on the bench.
But if he get on the field and they say, well, he on the field, but that ain't enough time for us to see him play, we still got to get us another quarterback. They
Well,
still gonna
we can't. I mean, how many games he need to play for them
exactly.
to
That's
do
what I
that?
want to know. How many games he need to play
I can't answer that.
before
I can't answer. They got to answer that.
but the thing is, if you saying he get out there in the 10th game, I'm gonna tell you right now that ain't enough games.
7 games is enough.
I said 10.
I don't know
You
what the
say he
magic
go
number
in on the
is.
10th game. He ain't for 17 games in the season.
I don't know what the magic number is. But when he
I
get
don't.
in, he
I
gotta
don't.
produce.
I know
That's all
Flacco
I'm
ain't
gonna
gonna
say.
make 17 games. I know that.
I know he ain't gonna make 5.
Yeah, I
And
don't think that's
Dylan
gonna happen.
Gabriel definitely gonna nut up. But you gonna put Shador out there at game 10. I don't think that's enough.
If Shador get out, let's hypothetically, let's go with what Greg's saying. Let's say if he do get out there in game 10,
Okay.
and then the next 7 games, he tear it up. He averaging 300 yards a game, 2 touchdowns, completion percentage at 68%. Like, I think that's enough to say, all right, well, we got a guy.
What the
We got a
record gonna
guy we
be?
can build
What the
around.
record gotta be? That's what they going
Uh,
about. How many games they gonna gotta win?
I don't even think the record would matter. If he plays well, if he puts up 21 points but the defense give up 28, then it wouldn't matter. But if he is productive on the field, then that's all that matters.
Well, let
All
me
right,
ask you this.
let me ask you this, Greg. Let me ask you this. Well, his situation would have been better if he had been drafted by the Saints, Colts, Jets, or it would have been the same.
It depends on what the NFL goal was. I don't think it's the team itself. I think the situation would be better because clearly the Saints got less quarterbacks, and that's a better situation. Period. It's the NFC South. It's the Bible Belt hotbed. They play the Falcons twice a year, so overall it's a better situation. But my thing is, if they wanted to know how good he was, y'all really think they ain't had a chance to see in all these months? I mean, they watched him throw balls all in buckets and throw 80-70% and touchdowns at practice. Even they can't be that dumb where they don't know what talent look like. So you think they haven't seen what else they gonna see other than what they don't already seen? behind closed doors. They don't watch film and study this man all the way through college. What can he do to surprise these people? They say, oh, we didn't know he could do that. We didn't know he can throw 70%, 3-4 touchdowns a game. We didn't know that. Where did that come from? I don't know if that's what they want to see, because they should have seen it already if they did.
Look, they don't know if he could do it in their system.
But they ain't tried to know. They ain't tried to know. If they wanted to know, then why they didn't give him the reps?
I mean, look, he 5th round. I mean, that's the system of the NFL. He 5th round, man. He ain't gonna get them reps.
But I'm saying, if they wanted to know, forget the 5th round. If we want to know what you could do, we can throw some reps in there. Or we can treat you like the 5th rounder and say you ain't the guy. Because why would they take a 5th round quarterback in the first place? They already had 2-3 guys. They drafted a 3rd rounder. Anybody in their right mind will put 5 quarterbacks on the team.
Look, to me, him being held on the team and making a 53-man roster, hey, you gotta take it for what it is, man. Because they could have easily just cut him and kept Kenny Pickett. They could have did that. And then still been in the business to say, all right, well, we're going to get another quarterback next year. Because we didn't pick up Kenny Pickett 5th-year option. And we got Dylan Gabriel. And we got Joe Flacco on a one-year situation. And then Deshaun Watson getting healthy. We don't know what he's going to look like. He ain't played football in over a year. So, look, he on the 53-man roster, man. He in the building. He getting whatever he could get out of that organization, whether it's development, tutelage, whatever. You gotta believe he's learning something. So you taking something from it.
They wasn't finna cut him because that's just too much like obvious of what they really trying to do. They doing something right in front of our face and playing like we done. If they had to cut him, then that just would be obvious of what's really going on about how the NFL finna play over him. They let him sit on the team. Anybody would look what you say. At least he's on the team, even though we ain't really gonna give him no real opportunity, and we just gonna try to discourage him to death.
I don't think it's that, man. Look, I mean, you could go around the league. How many 5th round picks are going to start this week?
You keep calling this man a 5th round pick as if you don't know how he became a 5th round pick.
I'm calling him a 5th round pick because that's where he was picked. Now, do I believe he's a 5th round pick? No. But I can only go based off of what's factual at this point. I mean, that's where he was picked.
It was factual that the only reason he became a 5th round pick is because the same people who we expecting to give him opportunity made him a 5th round pick. Not because he deserved to be a 5th round pick. They all sat back and we all watched them, the whole world, from the top to the bottom, watch that happen and say, what in the world? And these are the same people who we saying that he had to went to another team or if he had to went there. They all involved.
So what you want him to do, Greg? Storm the castle and say, put me in or I quit? If he can only play in that league, or matter of fact, Shedeur only wants to play in that league. Shedeur ain't grow up and say, well, I want to play in the UFL, or well, I want to play in the CFL. No, Shedeur said, I want to be an NFL quarterback. Yep. So if he made that decision to be an NFL quarterback, regardless of what we think possibly could have conspired, which very well could have, he in it now. So all he got to do now is battle through what he's in. He got to
deal with the people who want to abuse him.
That's what he got to do.
That's it. Because that's what he want to be. If you wanted to go, and work for a corporation, you got to deal with whatever they hand your way. But it don't mean they have the best interest for you. That doesn't mean that's what you want to do because you had your heart set on it. You set on it, but obviously they don't feel the same way, because you got to look at this. Look at this. Let me show you how raggedy this is. In the same sense, Shiloh, he graduated from Jackson State, right? He graduated before they went to Colorado. He stayed there. Shiloh and all them other boys on Jackson State, a lot of them got Houston. A lot of them boys didn't get drafted. And Coach Prime made a big deal. That's the first time they really got mad at him, right? He was calling out the NFL about how he was dealing with HBCU. Shiloh could have came out that year with the rest of them boys and justifiably went free agent. That's all they was doing with them boys, free agent. He went to Colorado for 2 extra years to show he can play at that level, and he still came out as a free agent. So you saying
his last year wasn't that good though.
Okay, but I'm saying, do you saying there was no growth? Are you saying there was no growth to no difference between him playing, because he clearly played at a different level? You can't say that the level is the same. So he played against the first year. He played against how many first round draft picks?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That was his better year, right? That was his better year.
Yeah, he should have went out 23. That's what he should have did. That to me, I think that's Shiloh's
he stayed another year and still went.
He should have went 23. I mean, that's just how it happened, man. That's how it happened.
But you think he wouldn't have came out as a free agent if he had went out in 23?
Nah, 23. I think he would probably been a late round pick. Like, look, obviously their record didn't predicate, being a high draft pick, but Shiloh had more production in 23 than any other point in his college career. 23 was the year. Like, strike while the pan is hot. But I get the affection that you have for your dad to say, hey, we building something here. So yeah, I'm gonna stay back, and because next year gonna be better than this year. But honestly, if you look at Shiloh's stats, 23, that was his best collegiate stats.
I don't think he would have got out. I think it was set, man. That boy was locked in as a free agent. There's nothing he could have did. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Unless he just did some real crazy Heisman stuff.
I mean, he had a good year. He led the team in tackles. He had almost 60 tackles. I want to say it was like 58 to 60 tackles.
Right.
A pick 6, 4 forced fumbles. He had a few tackles for losses. Like that's good production.
And that didn't count for nothing.
That didn't count for nothing. But then you come back the next year and you regress from your 23 year.
Well, he got hurt though.
Whose fault is that? That's his fault. You got hurt.
But they don't take away from what he did the year before, does it? To make him drop to a free agent.
That's what happens. You see it happen with players all the time. Shiloh, it happens with players all the time, man. They'll have a hot year, and if they decide to come back for college another year, and that year is not that good, they fall in the draft. It is what it is. So I think even if he would have came out in 23, I'm thinking 4th round or later, somewhere around there.
I don't know. Excuse me. I just feel like, y'all call it politics, right? When you look at, look where Shedeur was drafted, then look what happened with Jimmy LeJohntay. Look where they end up being drafted because of how far Shedeur got pushed back. Because we projected that they were going to be 3rd and 4th round picks, right? Right. Then you look at the fact that BJ Green, who was also considered anywhere between the 2nd and 4th round, he ended up going free agent.
Right.
So you can look at it a few different ways. One, they all made a roster. They all pretty much doing a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a blink, and all of them would have been free agent. With all their production, with all their success that they don't did in college, right? And because somebody can say, we feel like we ain't gonna draft them, regardless of talent, they can end up in that situation, and you can call them a 7th round draft pick, a 5th round draft pick, or a free agent, and they got to work from the back of the line to try to make a team. You got them climbing up a hill, and the talent ain't there. It's not a talent issue; it's a depth issue because now they getting less reps. They got to work from the back of the line just to make the team.
I don't know, man. Look, BJ Green was a special case. I mean, if you look at BJ Green, his production was good, but it wasn't, astronomical in college. But it was good.
Look at he was considered one of the top edge rushers coming into Colorado.
Exactly. So why not go out in Arizona State while he was there? BJ Green decided to let me go to Colorado. If BJ Green would have left at Arizona State with 8 sacks, he probably would have went maybe 4th round just because of measurables.
He would have went 4th round because he was no longer because he wasn't with Coach Prime.
He would have went 4th round because of production. Look, you produced 8 sacks this year, but what did you produce the year before that? So you had a flash year. That's what they would have called it, a flash year. But if you look at BJ Green, he don't hit the prototypical NFL defensive line. He not 6'5", 270 like you see the rest of these guys. He ain't no Jadeveon Clowney walking through the
But, hey,
door.
but most of them guys coming off the edge ain't that size. He ain't no tackle.
Most of them guys are about 6'4". They about
I'm saying, but
6'4",
they ain't no
man.
270.
Yes, they about 6'4", 260, 270. Come on, Greg. Yo, don't
They
do that,
usually
dog.
be on a more lean side, man. This day and time, coming off the edge.
6'4", 270. That's still lean.
But I mean, but he still got good size. He's just not tall.
Exactly. He ain't tall. His arms not
He's just
long.
as
All
big
of
as
the
they
things
are.
they look at. But BJ Green still made the team because he's a player on the field. That obviously showed through training camp, through preseason. He'll play on the field. So that
He
that's what
showed it in
counts.
Colorado. He showed it in Arizona State. And what I'm saying is, these boys playing for Coach Prime, just like they take stars away, they affected these boys' draft pick. If these boys was at other schools, they wouldn't have been treated that way. That's my point.
Yeah, I buy to some of it, but not all of it, man. Some of it, yeah.
Ain't nothing
Some
Shiloh did that 23 year that they everybody looked down on. All them hits, he was at SEC school making them hits and plays, it would have been a big deal. But since he was at Colorado doing it, and now Colorado was already like, everybody wishing they lose every week, it didn't help.
I mean, he just ain't had a production. Shiloh didn't have
2023. 2023, he said, was his best year.
he should have left
all
that
he
year.
did, nobody gave him credit for nothing that year.
But it's what have you done for me lately? That's what the NFL looking for. What have you done for me lately? Then they gonna look like you regressed. You ain't have Shiloh didn't have no pass breakups last year. None. You a free safety, dog. You
You know
ain't
what
got
I'm
a
saying?
pass breakup.
If Shiloh had had the accolades, he probably would have had a reason to come out in 2023. But it's like nobody even cared.
I gotta go with you on that. I gotta go with Greg on that.
No, it's
I
like
see what you're talking about. But I understand what JR saying too. I understand what JR saying, but I got to go with your the way you putting it out, Greg. Yeah. But I understand what you're saying, JR.
I'm saying that's why I feel
but Greg ain't talking about that. Greg talking about when he had his best days at 2023. Didn't nobody consider that. But you counted that with last year because he didn't have whatever you wanted him to have looking for.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, he still did better than your boy starting my did. Second, and we finna get into that right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Sports Talk. Will Be Watts along with JR Boxing and Greg said. We just got through talking about Shedeur, and now we finna pivot to the Colorado football team to end up our last few minutes, and so I can let the guys go and watch the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. JR, already on top of you. So when we get to Greg, he'll let us know what he think about the past game. But going forward, what do you expect to see from Coach Prime and the Colorado football team going up against their opponent on next Saturday?
Accountability, man, from the coaching staff all the way down to the players, man. Accountability. Accountability. That's the first thing I expect to see. Be accountable for what you're responsible for. Coaches be responsible and accountable for managing the game. Players be accountable for being in your right position, spots. Like that's what I expect to see. You're obviously playing against lesser talent, so it's easier to let me say not be as polished as you should be throughout the game. It's easier to throw technique out the wayside because you are more talented than the opponent that's in front of you. But I expect accountability from the coaching staff all the way to the players. Manage the game, all right. Put these players in the best position to gain their confidence on Folsom Field, and then two, be in your right spots. Technique. If they win by 40, but they all out of place and this and missing tackles and stuff like that, then you're gonna be in the same situation the
Couldn't
following
stop
week.
the run, man. The linebacker wasn't spilling, man, and I just can't understand that, bro.
So that's my biggest thing. Because do I expect them to run away with it? Absolutely. I expect them to run away with it. You at home, you got the more talent, you got more depth, but it's how you win. You go out there, you hang 40 on them, but you do it sloppy. Boy, 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 boy. Big 12 right behind it. Your next opponent is a Big 12 opponent. So that's what I got, Greg.
So what you say? I'm talking about last game.
Y'all done heard JR last about the last game.
I mean, just looking at last game, I've done a couple videos here and there. I don't kind of digest it at this point, and I think I'll summarize it like this because I hear a lot of different theories on it. Like I see people looking at all 22, and we don't have a chance to hear from the coaches at this point. Like, you know, their perspective. I've heard Salter's perspective. I think it's a mixture of things, and I think what it all boils down to is not one particular thing. I think the receivers wasn't on the same page. They was running some sorry routes. I think sometimes he expected them to kind of, you know, how Shedeur had a good relationship when they go to Texas, and he got to do that. But it's hard to do that when they act like all summer, kind of like Cleveland. They didn't know who the quarterback was going to be. They didn't make it clear. So it's like you got a split room. Some people want to be loyal to him. Some people want to be loyal to Juju. A lot of people came because of Juju, especially the younger guys. So what it has is they got to be on the same page. I expect you to cut up field or come at the ball. They just ain't on the same page. So I can see that from Salter. But I also see what Coach Prime and like all of us said, Salter should have been running the ball. He would have put more pressure on Georgia Tech if he had been running the ball. It was just like the other quarterback was doing, because what they were doing, they was dropping back and they was like, we gonna stop you from throwing it deep. So it really opened up for any kind of run game. And he had a guy cut out. Some of them times he could have hit the seam and been gone for a touchdown with nobody over there. A few times I saw, but he was so busy trying to, be Shedeur back there. But he should already had in his mind, I'm gonna open his passing game up by making them fear me. He got to put some fear in their heart. They can't play him like Shedeur and sit and everybody go sit back like they covering the Hail Mary and leave him to run for 40 yards. He need to take them 40 yards. Forget the throw, because a lot of things can happen with that throw. The receiver can drop the ball, he can overthrow him like he did. So Salter should be Salter, like we've been talking about him all since last December. He got to be the guy who the team don't know what to do. If we come up, he throwing over our head, or he throwing to the tight end. If we don't come up, he finna eat us up. We can't do nothing about it. We ain't got no answer for it. He took himself out the game by not being, and I think he said he might have been a little sick. People say he looked a little off. I think he said he had a fever or whatever. But at the end of the day, he was definitely not all himself. And Georgia Tech benefited from him. Georgia Tech, as I said last week, this time, a lot of people got juiced up and then they won. They said Georgia Tech's a good team. Let me tell you, ACC's jumping. Florida State back. Miami looked decent. Syracuse looked decent. SMU going to be decent. Clemson going to be decent. The only thing that Georgia Tech got going for them is I did look at their schedule. And they got about 4 cupcakes on there because they got 1-8 right before they play Georgia at the end. And they got about after this game. And then they got Wake Forest and Duke and all that. So the only thing Georgia Tech got on their side is their schedule, because they ain't got to play all them teams. I think they only got to play Clemson. They might have to play Syracuse. That's it. So they could easily go 10-2, but they ain't gonna beat most of them other teams because they don't have the weapons. They're not
gonna beat Duke. Duke ain't get no cupcake this year.
Duke, the thing about Duke give them a run every year, but it depends on their quarterback, because their quarterback already hobbling. And see, that's their offense identity is built around him. Even though they got a backup quarterback from throw, their identity is built on this boy running the ball and stuff like that. So I think at the end of the day, Georgia Tech is not as good. I think Georgia Tech is the same Georgia Tech I've been watching every year. They go by 8-4, 7-5 every year. And they can sneak a pin every now and then. Everybody know that Colorado is everybody's Super Bowl. Georgia Tech gave the best they had to me. I know they didn't play perfect, but they didn't have no more weapons that they could use anymore. They played pretty much their best game. Colorado didn't play nowhere near their best game. They look like a team that who they are. They just got put together. They look discombobulated. The coaches putting 20 different players out on the field. Colorado almost like they got together right before the game and try to figure it out. Like they still trying to figure themselves out worse than last year this time on both sides of the ball. At least last year on the offensive side of the ball, they knew where they were going. This year, defense and offense is confused. Our concern is I hope it don't take 5 games for them to figure it out because you'll be well into the conference games. But that's the only thing that's going on with Colorado. They clearly ain't played together long enough. They clearly don't even know who's starting. They're going to have a whole different set of starters this year on defense on this week. So that's all I can say about them. As far as going forward with Delaware is going to be a team that it's going to probably be like Utah. Colorado going to probably bully them. Colorado going to take it out on you on Delaware. It ain't going to be a game they're going to take lightly because just what happened. Caden Salter probably going to run for about 3-4 touchdowns. He going to be pissed. He going to play like Liberty. They're going to say, oh, you going to do this to Delaware. That's going to be the talk. Oh, y'all going to do this to Delaware. Oh, you want to show up now. You want to play up to this on your level. This like Liberty level. Oh,
that's what people going to say, man.
They're going to flip it because they're going to beat the mess out of Delaware because, one, they're going to make the corrections. Two, I'm going to tell you something. If you look at well off, Coach Prime been warning them boys. Get y'all mind right. Run to the ball. This is he's trying to reprogram a whole different group of guys. They got so many transfers. He got to retrain their mind. They got slapping them out there Georgia Tech and see how we dog them out on the internet for the first time. Yeah. They realize, oh, I understand now. They like,
yeah.
Now. I experienced it. They know. Yeah. They heard about it. They seen it, but now they on the chopping block. So they gonna be bullying Delaware. Defense gonna look different. The offense gonna look different. They gonna run all over Delaware. But the problem
the coaches, they need to tighten up too, Greg. And another thing, I'm glad I saw they did. Stop all that thud. Now they want to tighten now and practice. All that thud, that shit went on in that went on in the game. That's why they wasn't tightening. Take them ball down to the ground. Hell, right? If you take them down to the ground, why you worrying about they getting injured? Hell, you say you got your depth chart is straight.
I'm gonna be real with you.
And then Coach Prime said, I ain't even cut you off. Coach Prime said on the interview with that dude, he said, if you hurt a player, you don't come back and play until he come back and play.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what? I said, Coach Prime said, you hurt one of my players out here. You don't come and play. You don't come and play until he come back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something.
They need to hit, brother.
They supposed to be hitting all summer. He did this after Kansas.
Yeah.
He now you want to hit in the middle of the season. You should have been doing that the whole summer.
Yeah, bro.
If they got hurt, they had time to get well. Let me tell you something. All the years I played football, the injury's gonna happen. When I got my injury, my fibula fracture, it was on like 7-on-7. We was hitting, but it was 7-on-7, but we weren't going down. And because I wasn't trying to go all the way down, I left my leg out like a kickstand versus just running through them. And that's when you get hurt. You get hurt in football when you're going 3/4 more than you go full speed. You go full speed.
I heard mine. I did mine, Greg. I did mine. Quarterback. I faked that thing and did that reverse. I let up going toward that sideline.
That's what
I said. What I let up for? Then my coach said, "What you letting up for?" That dude came out of nowhere and ran my ass up in that fence, broke my ankle.
That's when you get hurt.
He said, "Wow, you should have carried me." I said, "I thought he was gonna just let me go."
Nope.
No.
You go half speed and somebody else going full speed, and you confused. Just let everybody go full speed. You less likely to get hurt. If you sit around go soft, he gonna go hard, and he catch you slipping.
Yeah.
Boom. That's when you're gonna get hurt.
Yep. But let me ask y'all this. I get the offensive side. I ain't worried about that offensive side. They gonna get it together. They got a good running game. All three of them running back and run the ball. Offensive line block, but when you look at the all 22, Jordan Stevens was standing up on the run play, but he did good on the passing play. But the defensive side, man, the safeties, J.R. Box, the safeties, they playing 20 yard back. When they snap the ball, they run 15 more yard back. And Ben looked like he was lost. Didn't have a clue.
Hey, shout out to Ben, man. Hey, Ben in a tough position because look, Ben want to play, man. He an OB, but if from a fan's perspective, nobody want to see Ben, man. But that's a coaching thing, man.
Okay, so what happened to you? You told me about number 37, number 27, or number 9, number 7. What is that? To keep a bias?
To keep for Tyrekus Davis.
No, bias. His name bias.
All right. Oh, number 7, Tafiq Byard.
Top bias. What happened to him? Why they ain't start him?
I don't know, man.
I thought y'all told me he was from Texas or Florida. He was the best player back there.
He one of the better athletes on the back end. So, but I
God,
don't know.
man,
You know,
that's crazy.
I don't know what what happened during the week. Was he all the way healthy? Did he practice the last week? You know, those are the things you don't know about college football because they don't put out an injury report or put
So
out
you, so you,
whatever.
so you, you were satisfied with the defense overall?
Hell no.
No.
I'm the one that said boy Wonder need to figure it out. Like I get it, man. And to me, look, players looked out of sort, and that has to do with a coaching mechanism, in my opinion. Because if you get out of position one time, two times, that's just the flow of the game. If you out of position the whole game, that's a coaching thing. And even one of the players, what's his name, Reginald Hughes, went up there. He led the team in tackles, but even he said it was confusing. I ain't trust what my eyes was telling me. That lets me know that's a coaching deficiency, in my opinion.
That's a communication. Ain't no
Coaching
coach.
deficiency where
That-
where's that coaching deficiency at?
if I make a mistake on the field, coach, if you my coach,
What's that?
and
What
I
room
make a
is he
mistake,
in? What
the
room is he in?
linebacker room, the linebacker room.
Okay.
So if I'm a player, B Watts, Greg, y'all my coaches, and I'm out of position during the first series or whatever. When we come back to the sideline, you probably gonna have a tablet and you probably gonna be telling me, hey man, you're out of position on this. When you see this play again, you need to fix it. Be here, be there, be wherever you need to be. And
Okay,
you
what
gonna
if
give
the
me the
coach did tell
instruction.
him that? What if the coach did
They
tell him
are.
that? He still went out there and did it.
So if you recruiting smart, fast, tough, disciplined with character, then the player should fix it. So either you telling me you bringing in the wrong players,
Start him out, one of them.
you got some coaching situations going on. Because last year with the linebackers, we saw some similar things.
In the
The
year before
first year
that.
in Colorado, we saw some similar things with the
Okay.
linebackers, and people was like, "What is going on?" Now, I'm not saying Coach Hart don't know how to coach, but what I'm saying is maybe he
But why you
knows
saying
what he.
Coach Hart? Why you ain't talking about the safety room? I ain't asking that about the line. I'm working my way
You,
up.
you
What
said
about
the
the safety room?
defense.
The safety room. Who coaching the safety? The defense coordinator said that was
Who
his NFL
That
who messed up more?
position.
Who
that's
messed up
on
more? The
that
safeties
that's
or the
on
linebackers? Who
that's on
messed up
Rob
more?
Go
Lenderson.
get it straight. Get it
Huh?
done.
The
Huh?
linebackers.
The safety?
Linebackers.
Why?
What the
How?
safety doing? Why you
How
didn't
you
come down
gonna get to
here?
the safeties unless the linebackers and do their job?
The
How you
safeties
gonna
are
get
the
to the
last
linebackers?
line of
Hey, the
defense.
safeties.
They weren't
The
missing no
safeties.
Brad House. This ain't Colorado State.
We would have been more in the bad situations if a safety was leading the defense and tackles. Then that lets me know the front four didn't do nothing. The second layer, the linebackers didn't do nothing. So it's
There
all
was no
left
second
on the
layer.
safeties.
There was no second layer. That's the problem for the last 2 years. It's no second layer. You know, you gotta look at this. I ain't seen these linebackers step shuffle yet. All these geniuses, you got some geniuses in the chat. We got some geniuses gonna watch the replay. You any film you watch in Colorado, all your 22, all that. Look here. The first thing Colorado do when they see anything, they linebacker turn and run. You have no recovery from that. They can't deal with no Turner. They can't deal with no misdirection. They can't deal with that. The first thing they do, they see anything go their way, they take out like some rabid dogs. They don't read. They react. They just boom. They turn their shoulders and go straight down. There's no. Why you think they always get caught up in the wash and on the line? They always get caught up on the wash because before the play even develop, they're already in the line. They're not reading as a linebacker. They're not patient. They shoulders turn. Your shoulders will always be parallel until you go into the ball. Clearly, they ain't going to the ball. You run over in the ball all the way on the other side. So where you going? You ain't even try to see where the ball was. You just reacted. So that you talking about coaching, you don't even know how to read. That's like kindergarten. Like the first thing you do is read.
That's what he did, man. You see that? You see that on the screen, Greg?
Look.
That's what B-Watch did, man.
No,
B-Watch know what's going on.
Look at this. Look at this. No, because we need to talk about this because this junk is old. You got two linebackers, right? So you choosing the scheme to play with two linebackers. You could play three. See, so
they should play three.
They should. They could. Well, three of them could have still been out of position
at the same time.
Huh?
They only got two linebackers out there.
I said they should have played three. They 4-3 defense.
So you got a running quarterback.
You can take care of both of the ends, and you keep one in that middle.
I'm gonna tell you something else they do that I don't like. This almost reminds me of like 8th grade football. The linebacker is two linebackers. They line up right next to each other. They line up right next to each other, and I'm looking at them like, why are you so close? You got this whole front right here, and the linebackers going to be right next to each other. So really, it's one linebacker. In reality, they sometimes, especially that first year, they were running into the same hole together. The same hole. Like they trying to compete. Like, look, one linebacker here, one line here. It's almost like y'all should be replacing each other. You should never be right by each other. You should never be going to the same place. You know, if anything, he gonna hear you coming over top. If anything. But that's not the case. Other cases, they go in two different directions. Right? So now you're looking at them. That's why you see the middle wide open. Like, it is no second level when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody got to replace the other one. If the other one attacking here, somebody got to be here just in case he do cut back.
Yeah, you got to scrape, man.
They ain't scraping. I call it step shuffle. They ain't doing none of that. You look at the film. They just take off running like it's a blitz on a run. So then you go back to what B. Watt saying, okay, they get smart. This is what they did. This is Livingston. They'll go and put 5, 6 linemen down. They'll put the linebacker on the line. And they'll put everybody in the gap. The problem is, fool, now you really ain't got a second level. They'll start them out. They bring a safety at linebacker. They did it against Kansas State. They did it this past week. The problem is one fool get out of line. Is one, what they going to do is one person don't keep his assignment or get mollywopped. It's a gaping hole. And guess what? The quarterback's going to drop back, see where that hole developed. That's what he was doing. He just sit down, look, and go. Harvey did it last year. That's what that boy did at Kansas in Kansas State. The running backs didn't just hit the hole. They stood back and said, let these dummies just get out of line, and that's the hole I'm hitting. I don't care if I got to go to the other side of the field. They would never hit the hole. They'll just stand right there, and then they'll hit it because it was never a second level. That's why Shiloh and all them boys and Silver Craig was making all the tackles. There was no linebackers.
That's what he coasted. That's what Robert Livingston wanted.
But he the one. But why would he run a 3-4? Why would he run a 3-4 in that situation? I'd rather have more linebackers because if you do,
I would have a lot more linebackers than I would defensive linemen. Only thing the quarterback was doing, taking the ball, make it like he was gonna throw. He was gonna follow that running back or that pulling tiger right through that hole. They ran that same play over and over.
The only passes he was throwing was right where the linebacker's supposed to be.
Exactly.
They kept coming up in the line. No hook the curl. So my thing is, you got 4 linebackers, you got 2 hook the curl, 2 flats, but y'all all daring him to run. Now he ain't got nowhere to throw the ball. All he was throwing was like 5 to 7 yard passes. So everybody dropped back, but everybody saying, I dare you to run. We're going to keep you in front of us. It's 4 of us right here. So you go there. And if they can't cover that, I don't know what to say. That's how you could. Why would you put everybody on the defensive line? They did that against Kansas State at the end of the game too, when that boy threw that Hail Mary up there to on Hodge. They put everybody on the line. Livingston keep doing that. I'd rather have people sitting back and saying, quarterback, you're not finna beat us running. So we'll drop back, keep you in front of us. But he'll go put everybody on the line. And there's no second level. And your DB's in man. Your DBs are in man. So he finna score. Why you think that man walked 40 yards to the end zone at the end of the game? It was only one. I think it was Byard. Byard was out there at safety. The linebacker was on the first level. You remember why we talked about in chat? The linebacker Hughes jumped up there. He peekabooed outside instead of standing his butt on the inside and let Byard go outside. He peeked out there, and when he peeked out there, that boy shot right there, and then everybody blamed Byard. Byard had outside. He had contained. The dumb linebacker left the middle wide open, jumping outside. So they both was on the outside.
That's what I was saying. I was just like, I was like, I don't know, man. Look, I don't know if it's undercoaching, overcoaching, because to me, it looked like, again, like you got athletes on the field, and if I see something out of place, well, let me go fill in that spot. Because the play you mentioning, Hughes in Byard's position, Byard coming down, and Byard just went further out. When I would have just filled Hughes like, man, well, he's supposed to be in this C gap. Well, let me just fill this C gap because it's open. But he didn't. He just went further out, and then Haynes King cut in, and 40 yards later.
Linebacker, though. That's what I'm talking about. You the linebacker. He taking on the blocker. He engaged him and then jumped outside like it was his job to contain. Stay your butt on the inside. You got your safety. To me, they played like even on both of those pass interferences that number 9 and I think RJ Johnson had. Both of those had pass interference with safeties over top. They play like they don't have no help. You fight with the man. The safety ain't even 5 yards away.
And the ball was out of bounds. It wasn't even catchable. The ball wasn't even catchable.
But I'm saying, even if it was like it was suicide because the safety was just saying, I wish you would throw it. Why are you fighting with him? He run a straight seam route. He wasn't running no post. He wasn't running no. He was just running a straight seam route. They fighting him, pulling on him as if they in cover 0. You got safeties over the top both times. They play like they have no clue what's going on, or they play like they're in the backyard playing football. Like they're not playing as a team. I know I got help over top. Why would I get a pass interference?
It's interesting, man. But look, they got to get it corrected, man. That's why I say I just want to see accountability from all platforms, all over the team, starting with the head coach all the way down, and then go from there. Because like I said, you can win by 40, but if you win by 40 and you still look sloppy, then you know what?
It's nothing.
You're going into Big 12 play, and will you be able to fix it? You know, so
it's nothing Colorado can do. I said that a long time ago. I said, look at y'all in a lose-lose situation. You can go undefeated for the first 5, 6, 7 games, and they're gonna look at you like, you think that's something? You're not gonna get the accolades. They're not gonna treat you like they did the first year. They're not gonna give you any kind of respect. Anybody you beat, they were sorry.
Yeah.
And anybody you lose to,
you sorry.
You sorry. And they were sorry. So it's like Colorado got to realize you're not the people's team. Everybody want to watch you, but more people want to see you fail. So you can't expect you're going to go beat Delaware and you're going to expect them to say, oh, y'all good now. Salty, you good. You can forget about that.
No, that ain't going to happen.
They're going to treat you worse than if you lost.
I think Salter played good, man. I mean, outside of, mechanically, like there's some things you got to fix with your mechanic. His arm is so strong, like he don't set his feet. He just try to get it out there.
So that thing like a baseball. He ain't fundamental sound like
just set your feet, make the throw. So
he
got to get that in his mind to do that.
That pass he trying to throw to that running back down now, he pointed. He told him go to the end of the end zone, and he just slung him. And he didn't go. He had to did just like you said, just stop and just put it on the chest.
And just put it on him.
Yeah, just put it on him. He could have walked in. But still, man, they got to take advantage.
Shedeur set his feet. Shedeur Salter did not set his feet. Shedeur set his feet. Everything Shedeur did, he made sure he stopped. He threw that ball in Baylor.
Right.
He threw that on the run. He set his feet. then
and
threw it.
then threw it.
You know, Salter, I mean, the crazy part about Salter, he could throw the ball 70 yards without his feet planted.
Yeah, he can.
But he
Got
ain't
to
going to have
start
no
wrong.
control over it, though. He ain't going to have no control over where it goes.
Yeah.
He float.
He just need to run more. If he had just ran more, he had to put more emphasis on first down and distance.
You
Give
know
it
what would have
steam.
been? You know what would have been
It
crazy though?
seemed like he trying to reward all them wide receivers. Hey man, the wide receiver. I heard somebody told him said, "Hey man, don't be running that ball all the time, man. We trying to get to the league. We want you to throw the ball. We want you to
And
throw the
see,
ball. Don't be running all the time."
I think that would have been the situation, not from the players, but I think from fans. Even though I felt like looking at the game live, like, oh man, he could have ran that one. I only really seen him miss like one read. The one when he threw it down there, Sincere Brown, Isaiah Hodge was like wide open on the sideline. But he
Yeah,
threw it down there. But Isaiah Hall, I mean, wasn't
Hey,
nobody around Isaiah Hall. He was
yeah,
wide open. But
right.
I think Salt was in a bad situation. Because if he would have went out there and he ran the ball, let's say he would have ran the ball 20 something times,
Yeah,
I think people would have been like, oh, he running too much.
yeah.
Fans. They would have been like, you got all them talented
Come on, you
receivers
got the
and
running
all
back,
your
man. Let the
yeah,
running back run.
your
Yeah,
quarterback just running. So
but
people saying,
now he got to
yeah,
go for what he knows.
go for what
hey,
you
Damn,
know,
let
dog.
them.
hey.
Because people
When
gonna
he
love you or
saw
hate you,
when
but
he
when you
saw the
win, you
chains
win.
need to be
So,
moved, when them chains need to be moved, he need
Yeah,
to run. Just
there you
like
go.
the quarterback.
There you
You
go.
just
yeah,
said something.
Move
You
them
just said
chains, man.
something. You just
because I
said
think
something.
that's what's gonna happen later on in the season. You're gonna see him run a lot, and people, it's gonna be fans. They're gonna be like, man, all he doing is running the ball, but
No,
you
he got to
winning
run,
though.
move them chains. He got to know when to run.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it's gonna be some plays where they gonna say he was wide open, like Omarion Miller. He was wide open in the end zone, wide open. But guess what? Pat Sherman called the QB draw.
Right.
Right,
It didn't take off because the offensive line didn't block it up. But
right.
people gonna
Hey,
say, well, now he
there's,
running too much.
He
there's
don't need
another
to
thing
So
when
run
you
no
watch
more. He just need to run when he
22. When you watch them film, them wide receivers them block out one time.
yeah,
One time. Every bubble screen, they just ran through the tight end. Ran by the tight end, ran by ran by Sincere Brown. I said, damn, when they gonna block?
look,
only person that really blocked was Hakeem Williams. I give him that.
look,
He
Yeah,
got
number
that
Salter,
five
block.
block. Yeah, he
They
blocked
don't
it.
need to make no design runs from Salter. Salter need to run off the limb. He need to run when he see it. Like give him the option, almost like RPO. He got the option to run, but he don't need no design runs because every time they do a design run, they look raggedy. He just need to
Yeah,
have
the
the
offensive line don't
option
block it
to
right.
run.
Yeah, he
But I'm
did
gonna tell
that.
you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hodge is the biggest weapon. Again, I said it last year. Hodge is the biggest weapon they got on offense. I'm gonna say that. I know it sounds crazy to y'all.
Yeah,
Hodge
that
is
sounds crazy.
Travis
That when
Hunter.
they got Sincere Brown and Omarion Miller.
Hodge is Travis
Yeah,
Hunter
yeah,
2.0. Hodge
Hodge
is
one of the
Travis Hunter
smartest
2.0.
players. He one of the
yeah.
smartest players on the field.
And he's fast. He's way
Yeah,
faster and way quicker than the
he
people
one of the
give him. And
smartest players
he's
out there.
smart. So
Hmm.
why we need to use Hodge the same way they're trying to use Draylon. They need to use Hodge in that way. Because Hodge will make plays. Hodge will move them chains. He's like a combination of Draylon and he's kind of like a bigger version of Mathis. Mathis is
Yeah,
real smart, sure-handed, and he quick.
Yeah,
Hodge got more Travis Hunter than him in him. Like he's shifty, he's
yeah,
faster. So they're not using him. They're not using him enough. They putting everybody else out there and they sprinkle him in. He
yeah.
needs
Just
to be
looking
one of the
over him.
main players.
Yep.
shoot. That first play of the game when they throw that ball number 15, man, they could
He
have
gone.
they could have kept running that play, man. They let him run it one time, they see him no more. He gained 7 yards.
Well, they ran it another time, but they counted it
It
But
wasn't with
as a
him
run.
though. It
No, it
wasn't
was
with
with him
him.
because
he ran it twice. But
they had it
Hodge
as
can
a
run that
run
play
and a
too.
pass, but they was both passes. But the pass was behind the line of scrimmage, so they counted it as a run instead of
Oh,
a
okay, yeah, it
pass.
showed it then. That when that dude that missed that
Yeah,
block, that tight end
they
missed that
did it.
block. Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
did it twice.
But
yeah.
Hodge can run them type of plays. You remember
He
during the summer, I
he
said
sure did.
if we run some packages where we put Gibson in and Hodge in the backfield and split them out. I said we was talking about different packages. And we were talking about how to put certain ones together and how if Salter played the way he played, it would put a lot of pressure on the defense because they wouldn't know how to deal with the speed. You got Trackhawk, you got Harge, and you got Gibson. Those are 3 speedy guys that if you use, line them up in the backfield, come out of the backfield. You know, if you use those guys and get them in a matchup with a linebacker, man, please.
They should have substituted one of them guys you talking about with that tight end because they had the tight end back there. They get tight end to the ball.
You know who they should have put out there? One of the best blocking wide receivers that CU got right now, Terrell Timmons.
Because he can block. He want to play.
He can
he want to play.
He was blocking last year.
He want to play. They don't let him play.
They don't let him play.
I think it was that play against Kansas State before Omarion broke his ankle. He scored that touchdown. Guess who was blocking out there for him? It was Timmons.
Timmons got in the play up too. I saw him. Did he get in there running the plays? He got in there a little bit, didn't he?
I don't remember, but I know he could block. So if they want to block a receiver, get him out there and let him block. But again, like you said, B.Y., some receivers they weren't really blocking, man. It was
they didn't block that time. I watched the whole game 5 times. They didn't block. They know nobody block. That number 5 block. Nobody else block.
Williams blocked.
They block. Again, we got that size. Number 5 is a bigger receiver. Timmons is a bigger receiver. So they want to block, and they put them bigger receivers out there because they were running through them little ones.
Yeah, they was, man. They was.
But the game gonna look different this week. I don't think they're gonna throw no bubble screens. I think everything gonna be downfield.
It's good. I get downfield that. Hey, ain't that what you said tonight? Ain't that what you said? Man, I don't want to see no bubble screen.
I don't want to see no more.
What was the first play was?
Everything downfield.
The first play was a bubble screen. I said,
that doggone Schumer is kind of stubborn, man. I don't know if he give it up that easy.
Why? It's gonna be all downfield, man. They're gonna be the RPO, and it's gonna be all downfield.
Well, Salter's gonna score about 3-4 touchdowns on his own.
Yeah, he hot now. He hot.
They're gonna be like, oh, you wanna do it on Delaware? FBS.
I wouldn't even care. I'll be trying to put up Heisman numbers.
Look, that's exactly what you do. Yeah.
I'll reproduce Haynes King. 19 carries, 156 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
win.
I'm tired of hearing this, y'all. Let's kill this. Now, do y'all really believe? Because people be running their mouth, but then they be act like they be for Shedeur. Do y'all really believe Shedeur was calling the plays last year?
Yeah,
I think he had to. Not all.
I ain't talking about no audible. I ain't talking about no RPO. I'm talking about calling the plays because the plays look very identical to how Salter played. That's why we say he's trying to be like Shedeur, like these bubbles.
I told you they were gonna run the same play. I told y'all in practice they running the same play.
Right. So why do people keep running their mouth saying, "Oh, Shedeur was doing it"? Shedeur ain't even here, and the offense look the same. It's the same mess. We're throwing the ball sideways, not getting the ball upfield. Long developing routes. Like, what's up with the layers? The receivers running to the same place. Like,
that's not their problem, man.
He's standing in the pocket. The routes going 40 yards up the field, and they cover. Like,
they ain't got no intermediate route.
Nothing in the middle of the field. No routes to the middle of the field, even with a tight end.
They ain't got no 10 yards, or 15 yard, or 7-yard routes.
Ain't nothing in the middle of the field. No drag routes.
No drag, none whatsoever.
But when people keep saying Shedeur, I'm like, that's dumb because in that case, the game should look totally different. It looked very much the same with a whole nother quarterback.
Yeah. All right, so we gotta get out. We don't want over the hour. But give me your last word, JR. I gotta see you win the game.
Hey, let's go Eagles, man. That's my last word. Let my
they did 15-14.
Let my parlay hit, man. That's all I need. Come on, Eagles.
Let them your last word, huh?
Yep.
Greg, tell them where they can find you at, man, before we get out of here.
Man, we at Greg. Greg said it. We're gonna be on, should be on Sunday, 2:00. And make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We drop some videos throughout the week. We definitely gonna recap, what's going on after the game this week on Sunday. Get my own little spiel. So look forward to that.
All right. Greg, how was your baby shower, man? When you saw the video of JR, what you said?
Like, look at this fool. That's
No,
probably what he said.
I saw it after, but it didn't work. It didn't show it there. I didn't.
Oh, she didn't do it. She didn't show it there.
It didn't work. It didn't work on the screen. So I saw it when I got home later.
Oh, okay.
I was so eager to show this thing. Different people's on it. Then I see JR out there talking about some all in the porch talking about some. I said, well, look here.
What's up, baby?
Look
Hey,
here.
shout out to my boy Greg.
And then B Watt sitting all studios at his little table. Like this.
Hey, I don't think she liked the way I did the first time, so I said, okay, I gotta be professional for Greg.
Professional, he's sitting at his desk right there. So, look here.
Yeah, man. I said that joke ain't said nothing. I started to call JR and said, man, you all heard from Greg wife say how the birthday, the baby shower went.
Now I did mention it on the Sunday show. You didn't watch the Sunday show. I did.
I don't even know what time you come on, bro. I don't feel that with you. You ain't got no set time, man.
You always said you catch the replay. When I used to come on at 11, you say you was in
church.
I let you get out of
the replay.
Now
I didn't catch the replay on Tuesday. I caught his replay on Tuesday with the,
I didn't catch it this weekend. I didn't look at it.
Financial planning. I caught that. I caught it on the.
Yeah. Oh, you did the video?
Yeah, I posted it yesterday. I posted it.
I'll check it out tonight. I'll check it out tonight. What you got? Yeah, but like I say, what I got going on? Ain't got nothing going on. But
yeah, see you by 40, man. I'm calling it right now. See you by 40.
It ain't gonna count.
It don't count. We just need
you did Georgia Tech by damn father.
Yeah,
you did Georgia Tech. They gave you 3 turnovers. Yeah. That ain't gonna
40,
get
man. That's all I care. Beat them by 40. I don't care.
Yeah.
Win.
All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all next Thursday, man. I'm finna get in here and watch it again.
All right, B-Wise. All right, Greg.
Right.
I appreciate you, Greg. Appreciate you, JR.
Are you practicing to practice or you practicing to be great? Which way am I going?
What's coming? You on the way?